2 root 5 squared. Now that's the same as multiplying it by itself. Now remember, it doesn't matter what order you multiply things in, so that's the same as 2 times 2 times root 5 times root 5. Now 2 times 2 is 4, and root 5 times root 5 is just 5, so that gives us the answer 20. Part B. Now it's another rationalising the denominator. So what we want to try and do is get rid of the square roots on the bottom and get the whole thing in the form a plus root b. Now what we do is similar to what we've done before. We multiply the top and the bottom by the conjugate of what's on the bottom. Now we've got 2 root 5 minus 3 root 2, so why don't we try and multiply top and bottom by 2 root 5 plus 3 root 2. And that means we have to multiply the top as well by 2 root 5 plus 3 root 2. And remember, we're doing it because we want to try and get rid of any square roots which are on the bottom. Now, and of course, when we multiply out the root 5 terms, well, we're going to get what we got as our answer to part A, 20. And it should be fairly easy to also multiply out 3 root 2 by 3 root 2. That's going to also come to a whole number, not a surd. So let's try and multiply these out. If we start with the numerator, we get, I'll write it all out, we get 2 times root 2 times root 5 plus 3 times root 2 times root 2. Okay, and we can simplify that in a minute, and then we have to multiply out the brackets, so I'll draw my lines going across just to remind ourselves what we need to do. There's going to be 4 terms, and the first one's going to be 2 root 5 times 2 root 5, or in other words 2 root 5 squared, which we've done in part A, which is just 20. The next term's going to be 2 root 5 times 3 root 2, so plus 2 root 5 times 3 root 2, but then the next term is going to be minus 3 root 2 times 2 root 5. So that's going to cancel, because it doesn't matter what order we multiply things in, that's going to cancel with the second term. And then finally we end up with, it's a minus times a plus, so it goes to a minus, and it's 3 root 2 times 3 root 2. Okay, so let's try and simplify this. So on the top we've got 2 root 2 times root 5. That's the same, remember, as 2 times the square root of 2 times 5. Plus, that's now, root 2 times root 2 is just 2. 3 times 2 is 6. Now on the bottom, these two terms in the middle are going to cancel out. So we're going to end up with 20 minus, now 3 root 2 squared. 3 times 3 is 9, and root 2 times root 2 is just 2. So we've almost done it. 2 root 10 plus 6 on the top, and 20 minus 18, or 2, on the bottom. And finally, 2's into 2 go 1, so that's just root 10, and 2's into 6 goes 3. And final answer, root 10 plus 3, which is how they ask for it. If you look, they want a plus root b. Well, our a is 3 and our b is 10.